when we warn about things in advance, we get mocked. That you're crazy, you're doom and gloom, you're into the world, you're all the things that were said about us by people even in Bible ministries on social media, and we still have the screenshots. The Bible speaks to this. A prudent man, a wise man, sees danger and takes refuge. He is worse than an infidel who does not provide for his family, both physically and spiritually. But now people realize, oh, wow, that's not crazy. And, that's the case with when we talk about what's happening in the world and what we talk about with Bible prophecy. So many people think about what we're saying is crazy. And then when they see this mark of the beast technology and whatnot, another technology, they realize they weren't crazy after all. Correct?
Correct.
This is right at the World Economic Forum website. Augmented tech can change the way we live, but only with the right support and vision. August 16th, 2022. August 16th, folks, 2022. It's about getting chipped. And off their own website, they're talking about children. Many children expect to develop superpowers themselves. And they're talking about how being chipped in this augmented reality and all this will help children in a learning environment. Another example, many children with attention deficit struggle in school. In the best case, they get special education services or classroom accommodations. However, with extra visual and audio guidance that blocks off excess stimuli and otherwise enabled child can cope with a standard school environment. And when class is over and playtime begins, they can just take off the aids. So they're talking about augmenting these kids. And believe it or not, and I don't like to quote Russia Today, but here's the headline at Russia Today. Solid, quote, reasons to microchip kids. World Economic Forum, an article on the institution's website, makes the case for implant technologies. And I thought, well, okay, I'd rather quote the World Economic Forum than Russia Today, not because I'm a fan of WEF, but I want to go to the original source, and there it is. Dr. Woods?
Yeah, I mean, of course, this RT article is just drawing information right off the World Economic Forum website. So this is not a conspiracy theory.
No.
This is reading comprehension. This is the ability to go and read what they're saying. And these people at the WEF are totally obsessed with putting a chip, either under your skin, on your skin, in your body, and if they can't get you, we're going to get your kids. And it's all being promoted as convenience. Hearing aids, glasses no longer carry a stigma. Look at all of the convenience, that's going to manifest by having this chip in your body. Well, I don't, negate the fact that this might add some convenience to our lives. But what nobody wants to talk about is the total demolition and the destruction of privacy. I mean, that's gone. Once a chip goes into your body, and your whole life is an open book, and you can, they can surveil you, from cradle to grave, from that point on. That will be such a huge accomplishment for them in terms of their agenda to bring the world under global totalitarian control.
Here's the headline from Politico you were asking for. Here it is. Banks, crypto lobby clash with lawmakers over Fed digital dollar. Attorney General Merrick Garland has until September 5th to determine if any new laws are necessary for the Fed to move forward with a digital dollar.
Yeah, this quotes Representative Andy Barr, Republican of Kentucky, and he says, quote, "The prospect of government surveillance of Americans' individual transactions through what I call Biden bucks, CBDC, and federal accounts raises serious privacy concerns, not to mention concerns about government control and politicization of loans, online payments, credit scores," you might just throw into that, social credit scores, "tax compliance, federal contracts, monetary policy, and the like," close quote. This is a guy who sits on the Financial Services Committee. So this is not Andy Woods and Brandon House, dreaming up conspiracy theories. This is us reading what executive orders say, what the World Economic Forum has posted on their own website, and listening to a Republican representative from the state of Kentucky. This is not conspiracy theory. This is conspiracy observation. We are simply observing what they are saying through basic reading comprehension.
Yeah, hi, guys. I had a question about the role of our regular independent banks in this country. Are they just going to sit by and allow the central banking system to take over this digital currency and put them out of business? How are we going to pay bills or write out checks or anything like that?
They are. They are absolutely going to do that, John. It's a great question. Well, as we know from my research, any American can do it, your Federal Reserve is nothing but a collection of large banks that were given a private charter. So the banking industry is the one doing it largely to themselves. And the local branch will simply be doing the paperwork and the bidding for the federal government, which they largely do anyway now. But they'll just be basically paper shufflers for the feds. And so, yes, all of your loans, everything will come basically then through the feds, and the banks will do the paperwork for the feds. I'm reading many articles that are saying this very thing. Are you not, Dr. Woods, reading the same thing?
Sure, and you just go back to that classic book, The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Yeah.
Remember that book?
Yep.
All about the Federal Reserve and how that monstrosity, unconstitutionally came into existence. I mean, we've known all this stuff for a long time. The surprise to me, and I'll be honest with you, that I was surprised by it, is I didn't think it would happen this fast.
Correct.
And I really didn't think it would happen in my lifetime.
Correct.
But
Dr. Wood, Isaiah 17. Damascus has never been destroyed, has it?
Well, can you do me a favor? Can you watch my Rapture series, Middle East Meltdown series, which I'm doing right now? Watch last week's lesson and the one I'm going to do this week, because I'm going to deal with Isaiah 17. I'm of the opinion that Isaiah 17 has already been fulfilled in 732 BC. It's very different than the prophecies related to Babylon in the same book, Isaiah 13 and 14, Jeremiah 50 and 51, which says Babylon will be destroyed forever. The Hebrew word olam is used. So the destruction of Babylon has never taken place in that sense. But I'm against kind of this view by Bill Salus and others that, in my opinion, takes prophecies that have already happened and tries to make it look as if they're on the horizon of being fulfilled. I think we need to start with the biblical text and exegete the biblical text first and look at current events later. And I'm afraid the order's gotten reversed with these near prophecies, now prophecies, next prophecies. So just stay tuned for last week's lesson and this week's lesson on the Middle East Meltdown, Sugarland Bible Church, and see if I say something there that could persuade you to my line of thinking.
Very interesting. Thank you. Is that
God bless.
That sounds.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. And Dr. Woods, maybe we should talk about that next week, next Friday. Maybe we should touch on this.
Let's do it, because it's a big point of controversy, and I got a lot of people mad at me.
Well,
which means if you're getting people mad at me, you're flying over the target,
you
right?
You must be. Let's go to
subject on everybody's mind, along with the alleged Psalm 83 war, prophecies related to Elam. They're hyping these, in my opinion.